Euan, if anyone were to know you particularly well, which I hope I do at this point,
I would hope so.
they would say that you're a man who loves Dota.
Oh yeah, the ganks and the eating of trees and
Yep. Not only can you eat trees with that item, though, you can spawn trees with that item. It's crazy.
Oh really?
You can spawn a tree and then eat it. It's insane.
Also, I'm all about the BKBs.
BKB is still your one go-to item. Luckily, is still in the game.
Thank God for that. Otherwise, I would not know what I was talking about.
The second that they realise that item's too good and they take it out, you are fucked for Dota knowledge. Anyway, this is Artifact, and this is the Dota 2 card game.
Woo!
Which, I don't know, it's weird. So this game is pretty complicated, and I'm going to try and explain as much of it I can by demonstrating it in a game. But first, I'm going to show you the cards. Because they are important to a card game.
So we should probably, for people who know card games, we should probably go into like some of where this came from. This was done by, or the guy who was involved in the core of this is the guy who made Magic, right?
Yes, Richard Garfield, PhD.
Okay.
Was the guy
He's got a PhD in Magic.
in being a wizard, and he made Magic the Gathering, and he made Keyforge, which is a new game that just came out, and he made this. Along with the clever people at Valve. This is a Valve game, by the way. This is a game that Valve released in 2018.
First game they've released since Team Fortress 2, I want to say.
Probably, maybe. Or Portal 2, probably. I don't know what the last time they released was.
Okay, maybe.
Technically Dota, actually, because it only came out last year.
Okay, yeah. No, you know what, you're right. Well, that's debatable, but we'll move on.
So, there are a lot of things going on this screen. So, this is a card game. But unlike most other card games that you've probably played on electronic platforms, this is a sort of game where you buy packs of cards and get cards, and that's it. There are no other way to earn cards other than packs. There are ways to earn packs, but they involve you being very, very good at the game that I am not yet. And
I didn't know how early we were going to get into the money part of this game, but should we just get into the money part of this game?
Before I demonstrate how the game is actually played, I should explain how you actually get into the game. So the game itself is just under 20 quid. For that, you get access to the game and 10 packs. And that is it. That is it. That is all you can get. You can buy more packs to get more cards, or you can spend this currency here called event tickets to get into these expert play modes here.
And when you're talking about packs, you're talking about like a 10 card booster, right?
I can't remember how many cards are in a pack, but yes, there are a set number of cards in a pack, and that's all you get. So yeah, if you is it just boosters, or do you get like, here's the starter deck with the same 60 cards that everyone else has? You get 2 starter decks for your £18 or whatever it was. You get 2 starter decks and 10 packs, and that's it. So you can spend your event tickets to get into these premium events, and as you can see, if you get 5 wins, you get your ticket back in 2 packs. But you have to get 5 wins to do that, and that's very difficult.
In a row?
Yeah.
Okay.
5 wins. Oh, sorry, 5 wins before you lose twice is what that is.
Oh, okay.
Same thing for Phantom Draft and Actual Draft.
That's straight at Hearthstone, right? That's the same.
Yeah, it's 3 losses in Hearthstone, but
oh, okay.
Sure. But yeah, so you get that's the way you get cards.
Okay.
The other way you can get cards is by just straight buying them, which is what you have here. Much like every card game that exists on the planet, other than the electronic
physical
ones,
card game.
Physical card game. You can just straight buy the cards that you want. So you can see here, which is actually, this is kind of a nice interface. I actually quite like this. Where you can see every card. So these are all the cards I don't own in this list here.
All of the cards available in the game?
Well, no, because I own some of them, so it doesn't display the ones that I own. So you can own 1 of every hero and 3 of every card that isn't a hero. So as you can see here, like, I don't own Axe. Axe happens to be probably the best card in the game. So under Axe is his price, which is about 14-15 quid.
Jeez.
And you compare that to someone like Beastmaster, who is 6 pence. This is where this system benefits over something like Hearthstone, where I, for example, came into this, opened my 10 packs, had a couple of the things that I wanted in a deck that I roughly knew what I wanted to do, but didn't have the cards that I wanted. So I was like, okay, like the deck I built is somewhere over there, and I was like, I'll go in and see how much it was to build a deck that I wanted to build. just picking the cards that I needed, it was like £3, which is like twice the pack of a booster, but I actually get the deck that I want. And that's that's where this benefits over something like Hearthstone or Magic, where it is all about, hey, we're going to give you this nebulous currency or these wild cards that you can then turn into the cards they want, but other than that, you're just going to have to stick with what you've got.
Right.
But in this, if I just wanted to go, no, I want the most powerful card in the game, I'll put down £14 and buy Axe. That's just, you can just do that, and that's a thing they're happy for you to do. You can also sell your extra cards. Like, these are extra cards that I have, so if I wanted to, I could sell my extra Sven for 2 pence if I really wanted to. The system is very good where so I put in a bunch of cards to build a deck. It then goes onto the marketplace and finds the best price it can for those cards.
We should also say this is the Steam Marketplace, same one that you're selling your trading cards that you don't use on for years and years.
Absolutely. And it goes.
And apparently, when you buy, like, I think PUBG's on Steam Marketplace as well, right?
I want to say yes. Okay. So yeah, you go on there and it finds the best price and automatically buys them, and it's really quick, really simple, and really easy, which is great for something like this, because I didn't want it to be like, I want these cards and you have to go and hunt on individual people's pages or whatever, because that would just take forever. So yeah,
it's almost like they want you to spend more money on the game and make it as easy as possible.
But much like other premium card games, right, the cards that 90% of the cards you want for your deck are not that much more money. They're like an extra £2 or something like that.
Right.
If you want to go and build super high fancy tier list deck, then you're talking maybe a bit more money. But that's luckily in this game, the cards that are the best, like Axe, you only need one of. It's not like in Magic where you need 4 of the best card, and that's yeah.
So we should also say, like, I think we talked about a little bit about this on the podcast when the beta of this started, is that this is just the pure, like, physical Magic model. This is how this works. Like, single card trading is the thing that you do.
Yeah. The Hearthstone-y thing in this is you have this recycle cards. So instead of
so you can just dust stuff.
Instead of you selling your extras, you can dust them, and every 20 you get an event ticket that you can then go back into the expert mode and hopefully get a pack out of if you're good enough. Gotcha. And that's how you can do that without spending money technically. But yeah, so that's how the money works in this game, which is typically how a lot of people want to know about these sort of card games.
And like, this was the thing, this was a big point of controversy when the early access for this started, was that, like, there's no way for you to earn packs. But as somebody who does not give a shit about Dota or really Magic or main card games, like, I knew that that's what this was going in, so it wasn't surprising to me, which is why I was surprised there was blowback. So, but this is what the model is, and it seems like it will work, but we won't really know until
it depends
2-3 seasons.
It depends on how the internet reacts to this sort of model, because they've typically not seen this sort of thing in a card game.
And I think it also depends how Valve handle it in terms of, like, card nerfs and stuff, where we avoid the league problem.
Yeah, you have the league problem and the Magic problem of fluctuating prices, and then people get mad. But
exactly.
Yeah. So this is the deck that I built. Every card and every hero in the game has, like, a designated color, much like in Magic. And
there's 5 colors in Magic. What's the one that's missing from this?
The one that's missing from this is white. White is missing.
Plains. Yes. Okay. Yep.
So there is red, green, blue, and black. Each one of these colors sort of puts it, much like Magic, it sort of puts a flavor on the kind of deck you're going to build with that color.
Sure.
So, for example, red is all about playing, like, if I show you some red heroes, like, who have I got in this? Like Bristleback and, like, Legion Commander. Like Bristleback, big, beefy heroes that get bigger and just want to be big and hit people. That's what red's all about. Whereas something that black, like Phantom Assassin here, is about more, like, subtlety and earning gold and killing things and, like, that sort of idea. But then you can counter that with, like, something like blue, where it's all about just, like, controlling the board and, like, making sure it's all clear. So everything has this unique identity, so you can get the Magic thing of building really unique decks out of these color combinations.
Yeah.
So this is the deck I've built. It is a black-red deck, because that is typically how I like to play card games, where it's just kill all the things you have and beat you in the face until you're dead.
Yep. Lack of subtlety.
Complete lack of subtlety. I'm not a very subtle card game player. It's more just like play things and then scream "Are you dead?" at them until they're dead. And that's kind of how I play card games.
How I play stealth games as well. Interesting.
Yeah. So I will now play a game against the bot because I'm really not going to play against the human being.
Are we not opening a pack? Do we not have a pack?
I don't have a pack to open, unfortunately, unless I spend money, which I'm not going to spend money.
How is the animation?
It's fine. The one thing that does better than every other card game is that you don't have to click. So when the pack opens and all the cards are face down, you don't have to click them to turn them over. You just wave your mouse over them and they all flip over.
Okay,
which
that's pretty
saves on time, but the only one you have to click to turn over is your rare, which makes it that little bit more special.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna show this off in a bot match.
To
show you how this game works. So
this UI looks a lot like Dota.
I know.
Just say.
Sure enough, it's a Dota card game. Would you believe?
Yeah.
There is going to be a lot that happens, and I'm going to try and explain anything. So if you notice something that I'm not going to explain, Euan, you're going to have to just shout at me.
Okay. Got you. How much of this is timed, by the way?
A bit, but not massively.
Okay. Cool.
So this is a card game with 3 lanes, as you can see.
Right. Okay.
Much like in Dota, there's a top, there is a mid, there is a bottom. At the beginning of the game, you put one of each of your heroes that is randomly determined into one of each of these lanes.
Oh, so you don't get to assign heroes?
No.
Okay.
You do later on, but you'll see that. When they enter the lane, they face off with a thing that is directly opposite it. So my Phantom Assassin here is facing off against this guy, and the Creep is facing off against this guy.
Okay.
At the start of the game, you have one creep in every lane, and there are 2 creeps that spawn every single time that will go into a random lane.
Okay.
I am going to... What you can play from your hand depends on the color of the hero in the lane. So PA is black, so I'm going to play black cards.
Okay.
So I'm going to play... No! This. There we go.
Nice.
So, damage, health. This is the amount of damage they deal, this is the amount of health they have. When they have... PA has a special ability where she deals more damage to heroes, that's why it's a -10 and not a -6. This is one thing this game does really well, is that it explains everything that's going on really well. So like when it's like, oh, this thing's got -10, why is it a -10? Well, it's got 5 health, why is it taking 10 damage?
That's cool.
It's from -10, which is a +4 from her ability, which is here.
Gotcha.
If you have anything else, you can hover over it and it'll tell you. If there's any like special things, you can right click on a card and it'll explain everything. So like, it's like, this is her signature card. What does condemn mean? It explains what condemn means.
Good. Yes.
So the way the turn order works is that everybody, like, you go like, I do a thing, they do a thing, I do a thing, they do a thing.
Okay.
The person who doesn't do a thing first, then up here on the top left, has this thing called initiative, which means they get to play their card first on the next lane. So right now on this lane, you start the game with 3 mana at every lane that you use to cast spells. I don't have any red spells that are that are above, like, my lowest is 4. So I can't cast anything, so I just have to pass.
Is this a different hand for this lane, or am I just missing
you have one
hand
for all 3 lanes. But obviously what you can play depends on what's in your hand and what heroes you have in lane.
Yep.
So like, I can't play black things in this lane because I have no black hero here. But Bristleback's going to kill the Skywrath Mage, and these are going to bounce off each other.
Can you adjust which one of these, like, vertical slots your heroes in?
This is part of a problem I have with this game, is that you can't adjust, once they're on the board, you can't adjust where they are without special cards. What can happen is, if they are in a lane that is unblocked, like this minion here is in a lane that's unblocked, at the start, when all the cards get dealt out, like after you deploy new heroes and stuff, they get what's called a direction card, which will be like, they're either going to go straight ahead or curve off at what they're aiming to, and that's random. So you can be in a really good position and then have randomness dictate that your hero doesn't hit the tower and instead hits something to its right or left that isn't really useful to you. It's a strange mechanic.
Weird.
You'll see it when I do this. So,
there's a shop.
Much like in Dota, there is a shop. When you kill things, you get gold. When you kill a minion, you get 1 gold. When you kill a hero, you get 3 gold. So I have 22 gold to spend at this shop. You can see the price of each of the cards in the bottom right. So I can buy this. This is pretty good. Sure. Okay. So the things they're buying there are items. Items don't cost mana. Doesn't worry about what color is in it.
They're neutral.
They are completely neutral.
So you're deploying a new hero?
So yeah, at the beginning of every turn, you can see in the top left, there's this like turn order thing that shows you when things are going to be deployed. So this turn, I get to deploy my Bounty Hunter, and he gets to deploy his Ogre Magi. The objective of the game, there are 3 towers, much like in Dota. You can win by either destroying 2 towers, or destroying 1 tower, and then the Ancient under it, which is like 80 health as opposed to 40.
Gotcha.
So you can either win by dealing 80 damage, or by dealing 120. That would be the total in one lane. So you have to basically be really dominating hard to win.
Sure.
So see here, in this lane, my Bounty Hunter here has been told he's going to go attack to the top right over here. Okay. So there's something sitting over there. He would be hitting what's over here as opposed to hitting the tower like I want him to do to win the game.
Weird.
So
and those direction cards are just random?
Yeah, random. So you don't have a choice in that, which is very strange. But it's kind of how they go about balancing this game. It's strange. There's a lot of randomness in this that seems very strange, and it's kind of one of the things I don't like. But
it solves the problem that, like, especially early Magic players, or when you're just learning Magic against, and you're playing someone who knows more than you anyway, where you end up with, like, you have 1 minion and they have like 6, like, and they could just stomp you in 3 rounds. Like, if there's a randomness there, they won't all attack you directly.
True, you're right.
That probably does help that.
It leads to situations where people who are in a losing state are kind of just in this like holdout of like, oh no, I can maybe get there if and all that sort of thing, which is kind of cool, but at the same time, a lot
randomness in this game seems antithetical to card games.
Card game players do not like randomness because it means like they feel like they get screwed over, and
totally, it's no longer a game of skill. It's
like
Mario Party.
Yes, game of skill. Yes. So one of the items I bought are like items that you can equip on heroes. So if I put this cloak on this Legion Commander, it's +4 health, and that's permanent. So even when she dies, she will come back with +4 health.
Oh, weird.
Much like in Dota, when you buy items, they don't disappear.
Is that 3 slots on top of the hero as well?
So you have a weapon, some armor, and a utility item, essentially.
And can they be replaced with new stuff?
If you put a new thing on it, it'll replace it.
So one thing I'm seeing on this board as you're playing, there's a lot of spaces here for, let's say, purchases that would maybe change how the game looks.
Potentially, yes. So see, these little Greevil things that are all animating and all cute and stuff, they could potentially be something else. Yeah.
The board, each side of the board being a different color and different little.
Well, that's the color thing is because that's how Dota is. Like, it's dire and radiant. Right. That's just how that works.
Got you. I forgot about that. Okay.
So that guy, like I was talking about, so you have cards like this one that can make you attack something else.
Right.
Which I'm fine with. It's the random.
Yeah, the random arrow stuff is
the
issue.
That one thing this game does really well is that it's really, so like looking at the Greevils and stuff is really cute. The game itself is also really charming. Where like when you play stuff, the heroes will have callouts. And they will like talk to each other if they're in the same lane.
So obviously, like, a thing we knew about this game going into it was that it was going to play off the Dota-ness of its source material to really get there. Like, how much, as a long-time Dota player, like, how much of it is pandering to previous Dota players, and how much of it is genuinely good?
I mean, it's not just pandering to general like, Dota players. Like, it is. I quite enjoy it. Like, I think it's genuinely good. So. Right, this is where the strategy of this game kind of comes in. So I now have these 2 heroes to deploy.
Okay. Why do you have 2 heroes rather than the one you had last time?
Because this hero died in the first round, which means they come back in the third. And this just comes in on the third, so I now have 2. Right. So I can see that the lane on the left is going quite well for me, so I probably want to pressure that to get the tower down. Middle is slightly more awkward. Because
I believe they call it mid, by the way.
Yes,
just
so you call it mid.
Yeah.
So I might.
That's my Dota experience coming in for you.
I might leave that alone just to see how it goes.
Okay.
And the one on the right is kind of in my favor because Bristleback's been sitting here just getting stronger.
Sure.
So I think I'm gonna stick PA over here and Sniper over here.
Okay.
So the heroes themselves don't just have impact on the game on the board. So when you include a hero in your deck, you have to include 3 of what's called their signature card. So it's like basically like one of their abilities from Dota. So for example, this coup de grace that I've just drawn is PA's signature card.
How do you know it's theirs?
So see in the bottom right, you see that little face.
Oh yeah.
That's PA.
Okay. Yep.
I also know that just because coup de grace was PA's ability in Dota.
Sure.
But, so you have to include 3 of these in each deck. Some of them are very good, some of them are very bad, but you balance that out by like the hero might have really good stats but a really bad signature card. So it actually becomes a really interesting like deck building proposition.
Sure.
So what am I gonna do here? This gives its neighbors armor, so I might just give this to Bounty Hunter. So armor, much like how you'd expect armor to work, basically says that it subtracts the amount of damage it's going to take by the amount of armor you have.
Makes sense.
So Sniper was going to take 7 and is now on 3 armor. It's still taking 6. Why is he taking 6? Oh, because this person does extra damage to heroes. Okay, that makes sense. So he's still going to die. That's not very good.
Is there any other punishment for hero kills as opposed to just losing the card?
So the card goes away for 1 turn, and you give your opponent 3 gold, which is still good.
It's interesting that this is the first one of these games I've seen where like draw order doesn't really matter as much, where like you're guaranteed to get heroes at regular clips. It's really just like minions and spells is the stuff that you get out of draw, right?
Yes, you technically so you'll get minions and spells, and you don't draw items. You get items at the shop. So yeah, it's mainly just minions and spells. So the only other thing you care about is like where your creeps are going to randomly spawn that turn. That's the only other thing that really matters.
Are creeps? Sorry, when you were looking at your deck earlier, I didn't notice. Are creeps like cards you put in your deck?
No,
or are they?
They are everywhere. So you get 1 in each lane at the beginning, and then 2 spawn in random lanes every turn.
More random. Okay.
Yeah. More random. Okay. So
again, like going from the. I'm just going to talk while you're playing.
Yeah.
The one of the things that I really noticed about Dota when I started figuring out how the hell that game worked was that like actually a lot of it is down to like players having their own internal chronometer of being like, well, creeps are going to spawn every X amount of time. If we time the push right, then we can skip waves and we can like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So for it to be that, for it to introduce elements of randomness in a genre that is not known for randomness seems interesting.
It is a very interesting choice. You're absolutely correct. Which is why a lot of people are a bit weird about this game.
Sure.
Because they see randomness and don't really like it.
Sure.
Which I can understand.
Why did that card get signed there?
So Payday is just a card that says double your gold.
Okay.
I think it's Bounty Hunter that signs it. I'm not sure, but someone signs that card. This is part of why I like the presentation of this game is that everything just has that little bit of flair.
But I was wondering if that was like another pullover from Dota where you would get like signed trading cards during the compendium and stuff like that. I thought that was a really weird dick move.
That would be a weird thing, but no, it's signed by somebody in the game. It's not like.
Fair enough.
Okay. So my deck is basically doing what it does, which is kills things and gets a lot of gold to buy things. So, that's pretty good. Let me do that. No! Fuck.
What was that?
So that's the enemy has Skywrath Mage, and his signature card is his ultimate in Dota, which is basically like giant lasers from the sky.
Sure. So the thing stopping those cards is just mana cost, right?
Yeah. Mana cost, and some cards can only be played in like the lane that you're currently dealing with, whereas other cards can be played in any lane. So like this Iron Fog Gold Mine I have in my hand, the arrows beside the 3 means it can be played in any lane, basically.
Oh, right, okay. Yep. That makes sense.
So the sad thing is, so he had initiative, and on his first turn, killed the only hero in my lane, which means I can't play cards in that lane, because I don't have a hero with any color. So doesn't do anything, so I can't do anything at that point.
Until you get another hero?
Until I get another hero, which happens this turn.
So the thing in the top left that gives you like the order of heroes coming in, does that mean you can only have 3 heroes in your deck?
So you have 5 heroes in your deck.
5 heroes in your deck, okay.
Because there are
3 on the board and
3 on the board, two currently at the fountain is what they call it.
Of course. Yep.
Because Dota.
Because Dota.
That isn't very good. So if I played that, he takes 5, but takes 7. That's fine.
So you had to place him in. Did you intentionally place him in front of that hero?
Yeah, to stop damage to the tower, basically.
Got you.
You don't need armor. That's fine. Now this lane is going very well for me because he can't play cards, and I'm about to destroy his tower. This is excellent for me.
I really like that little animation there. That was good.
Yeah, he's really happy. He's very sad.
So they actually react to the current state of the lane as well.
So my favorite one is if they have an empty board, they'll like flash. So like in this case, if it was my guy would like flash over and like do a little dance to be like, "Hey, look, open season, it's fine," and it was pretty cool.
I'm really liking this guy pointing at the thing.
Yeah, he's like, look how go. But it's fine. I don't need to worry about this anymore, so I can just. So that's one tower down. That guy's very sad about it.
Are these guys in lore? I've never seen these guys before.
These guys, I'm pretty sure, were a courier that you could get at one point.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I also didn't ask what the secret shop thing in there is.
So there are 3 things, which are the item shop, which just give you a random item. Your
deck.
No, your item deck, which is from your deck.
Okay.
There's an item shop, which is like a low-level item that you can buy once. And the secret shop, which is like high-level items you can buy once at that time.
Okay.
But you can
and this is all pulling from your deck, right?
No, the secret shop and the item shop are random.
Oh,
the item deck comes from your deck. Do I want to do that?
Gotcha.
This lane over... I'm now starting to worry about this lane on the left. I think it's more likely that I'm going to win mid.
15 seconds remaining.
Yeah, let's see what happens with that.
So those decisions that you're making, both players make it at the same time, then they both execute, right?
So that as you decide what you're doing and then hit go, and then when it happens.
How did that guy plant 4 cards in that lane that was empty 2 minutes ago?
Because he had when you draw cards. So let's see. Oh god. This lane over here on the right.
Yeah.
So his 2 random creeps for the turn went in that lane, and he put 2 of his heroes in that lane as well.
Okay.
That's just how
Do heroes have summoning cost? Is that
nope?
Did I miss that?
They just when they come back from the fountain after they're dead, they arrive. You choose to place them at the start of a turn. That's it.
It's interesting to see because when you look at something like Hearthstone, like you probably could, unless I mean it's been a while since I've even looked at that game. You probably could make a physical version of Hearthstone and it would work.
Yeah, it would be harder to do because Hearthstone's a lot about cards interacting with each other, which would be really hard to keep track of in like a live format.
But so it's kind of the same as this, where like you would need to keep track of this hero died last turn, so he's off for this turn, and like keep track of all that.
A lot of that sort of thing. So this is the lane I kind of want to be good in. So I kind of want to just get rid of that guy. So what happened there was I didn't play anything that lane, so I had the initiative, so I can do exactly what he did to me in that other lane, where if I kill his hero, he can't play cards. And he's very sad about it. So now I have free reign to just try and load up my guys as much as possible.
Sure. So executing the attack.
Yeah, to try and take down this tower. I can't do it this turn, but I can set up for next turn pretty well.
Sure.
So that's fine.
24 damage. Okay.
So now I only do 10 next turn.
Okay.
Which is...
Is there because obviously, I don't know if you, apologies if you already mentioned this, but your mana goes up 1 per turn, right?
Yes. Start at 3, mana goes up 1 per turn.
Does it max out, or?
Nope. Maxes out 10, I think. 10's the highest I've seen it.
So how long games do this normally last?
Much like a game of Dota, they are longer than most electronics card games, and sometimes probably should be, yeah. So I have had games of this last anywhere between like 20 to like 45 minutes.
Right.
So it can be kind of a slog, much like a game of Dota.
So was that the ring that came up there and said winner? Was that just his animation, or was that?
So that was Legion Commander's signature card, which is also her ultimate in Dota, which is Duel, which is like you compel someone to fight you, and somebody wins. In Dota, she gets a buff out of this. In this, it's mainly just about killing something.
Gotcha.
That's fine by me.
How? This is always when you're playing actual Dota. How many times do you die? Because you have to kill the ancient in Dota, right? There is no multiple tower victory in Dota, right?
Yeah, you have to kill the ancient to win.
Okay, that was okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I was like, I don't think I've ever seen a game where people have just killed towers to win. but yeah, because that's not a thing you can play in actual Dota.
Nope.
Those arrows are just weird. I don't know what it is about them.
They are a really strange thing that is...
it's not even that it's a strange thing. Cool. It feels like it's represented strangely. Like, it feels like there's some UX thing in there I just don't like, and I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on it.
It's messing with your computing mind.
No, it's more just like from like understand. Like, obviously you understand what's going on, but it's like, I don't know, just the presentation. Like, it feels like it should etch it into the board or something like that. I don't know. Just representing it as a card seems like an interesting choice. But I suppose since they're random and played, who knows? Yeah, I really do like the presentation of this.
It's very good. Though... Like the style of it is very good. It's all very Dota art because it's Dota, but it is still very good.
Yeah.
So I'll show you one of my favorite cards. So Sniper, yeah, he's very happy. Sniper's signature card is Assassinate, which is also his ult, which is basically like he fires his big old gun at someone, right? Which is this 10 piercing damage, which basically ignores armor to any unit in any lane. So I can just pick someone.
Any lane?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I can just pick someone and go, you take 10 damage. So for example, if I take this Assassinate and point it at this Jamoy, he just goes whoop, and then bang, dead.
That's cool. Yep.
He's super fun. I like Sniper a whole lot. Much like in Dota, I loved playing Sniper. But
sure.
Yeah. So this is also a thing I like. When you're going to win, all you need to do is pass the turn. The pass button changes to this little rosette thing.
So it knows that you're guaranteed to win.
So it knows you're going to win. So just goes there you go. You get the win.
Did that blue thing in the top right just crotch chop when it did that?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
You should go back and what? Yeah. Okay.
Very
yeah,
sad.
You should watch that recording back. I'm pretty sure that blue thing just crotch chopped as you were winning.
Okay, I'll need to look at the recording when we go.
I'm pretty sure it did.
But yeah, that's kind of how it works. There is a lot to it. There's a lot of very like high level strategy stuff about worrying like when heroes are coming back and what minions are going into what lanes, and there's a lot to think about in a game of this. Which is
How's the tutorialization for that stuff?
Pretty good, actually. So you get there are two kind of in-depth tutorials you get with both the starter decks that show you like how to play the game and what each of the decks mean.
Right.
But at that point, it then just kind of goes go, and then you're left
go learn
to go learn on the real world.
Is there like I hate to keep comparing it to Hearthstone, but I suppose it's the biggest competition.
A fair comparison. Yeah.
So like Hearthstone's expansions and stuff like that where like they did have lore and story stuff in them, right?
So the Hearthstone expansions were based on like events or places in the world of Warcraft.
Yeah.
And so the first set here is called Call to Arms. So I don't know what they do for expansions in terms of like Dota, because
there's not really lore in Dota.
There is lore in Dota. It's just really weird, and like a lot of Dota players don't pay attention to it. So
sure.
Like in the card collection and stuff like that, when you like every card, like if I go and look at fucking Zeus or something like that, it tells you all of this stuff, but you have this little like lore box here.
Oh yeah.
And if you hit the play button, Zeus reads out his lore to you.
Oh wow.
So a lot of people are doing this and just learning a whole bunch about these characters that they've played for thousands of hours that they had no idea who they were.
Is that stuff available in Dota, or is this
new
there's
there's totally stuff you can read in Dota. It's just that no one who plays Dota is going to go fucking read that, because
I was about to say there's a whiff of Grimoire cards around this, but
but yeah, so that's kind of Artifact. That's what it is.
Just I think the casual play and the expert play stuff is the other part of this.
Your solo play, which is your bot matches, your social play, which is like you setting stuff up with your friends.
Sure.
Casual play.
We'll get back to that, I suppose.
Casual play is things for like not event tickets, but for no benefit. So you can
you get nothing.
Yeah, so you can go and do like a draft if you want to, just to learn it, but you don't get anything out of it. Expert play is the same as casual play, but they have benefit, but they cost tickets to get into.
Right.
That's it.
Can you straight up buy tickets?
Yes.
How much are tickets?
I think so. Let me check. So 5 tickets are £4.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Huh. So when you run out of tickets, you basically can't progress, right?
Well, So you can hope that your cards that you've opened out of the packs that you've hopefully won from your tickets, and then dust them into more tickets to then try again. But that's what you can do.
But you end up in the what was the currency from Trackmania? Planets scenario where you have no planets, and you also then can't. So you have no planets to buy your way into games to then get more planets.
This is the problem. This is the slow inevitability towards monetization in this game, where you have to spend tickets to get into a thing, but you have to be good enough at the game to make it worth it. Right. But you only get better at the game by playing the modes, which means you're inevitably going to lose tickets. So eventually you're probably going to have to own up and buy more tickets. That's just kind of how it works.
That's probably only a problem for... Well, not only a problem, but like less of a problem for people who exclusively play physical card games, because you don't get free packs, right? So you learn the game by playing.
Yeah, the best thing that you can get out of real world card games is if you go and do like a Magic draft or something like that.
Yeah.
And you get 3 packs of that for slightly less than it would be if you just bought 3 packs. Like that's what you kind of hope for. But then you get into like how prize structure works in drafting, and that's a whole other argument. But that's
So this is very much a kind of be aware of this going in, that there is investment.
Yes,
like
you will almost certainly have to put money into this at some point.
On top of the stuff you've already done.
On top of the £16 or £18, whatever it was, to get into the game, you will have to put money into this eventually.
So in terms of like because the game, this is now out, right? You can just go and buy this. In terms of like, so you said you get two decks plus 10 packs to start with, right?
Yep.
How many when combining the two of those, like, what percentage of cards available is that? Like, does it give you a good idea of like you own?
Well. So
100 out of 300 cards or whatever?
I don't know about... It doesn't tell you a number, but if you look at this list, so if I take the unowned thing, you can see all the cards that I don't own, which are all currently grayed out. So there are a fair number of cards that I don't own in this game.
Yeah. Okay.
And I only just bought like the cards I wanted for the deck that I was building, which wasn't that many. So it's not like I've put money into this to get a hell of a lot more cards. It is just...
And again, like, again, we had this discussion on the podcast lately, but there's something about this feels less disgusting. Well, not disgusting is a harsh word, but it feels less. The fact you can direct buy the cards, I think, makes this slightly more of a.
This is entirely based on Outlook. Like that's I agree with you. I like being able to just go, I want that card, I'll buy it. Like because it makes it way faster and way easier and stuff like that. But the people that are going to come to this that are like, why can I not just earn the cards that I want by playing the game, are going to have a shock. Like that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And again, like but again, the downside of like, oh, that's the card I want, and it's 49 so I'm just going to buy it.
Yeah,
is that like
especially if you're not gonna, like, if you're like me and you don't want to go for like super top tier high level deck play, you just want to like have a cool deck that you like, that you're just gonna play and see what you can do with. Cards, when you build decks like that, which I've done basically solely in Magic. Your decks are pretty cheap because you're typically picking up cards that no one else wants. Right. So that if you're going at it with that sort of mindset, it's way easier to get into this than it is like Hearthstone, because you're only spending like £2 or whatever.
It creates this weird structure where, so again, you look like any kind of MOBA or even Hearthstone or anything like that, where seasons will roll over and the meta will change, and like you can adjust for that. At this point, like, the meta at this point then becomes limited to the people who have the disposable income to then follow the meta.
Yeah, which is the exact Magic the Gathering standard.
Right, exactly.
Like, that's exactly how that works.
That's one of the problems with a lot of like these kind of hobbies, right? Like you look at Warhammer and you look at Magic and all this kind of stuff, where like they require some significant monetary investment to get to the higher echelons of, right?
Totally. Yeah.
So it's an interesting thing to see how this works digitally in a world where theoretically Valve could release a card that is horrendously overpowered, immediately becomes the meta in the game before they've had a chance to patch it.
Well, I mean,
at which point,
but that's that is true. But that's just kind of how we talked about. That's just how it works in this sort of this sort of economy. That's just how it works.
Totally, yeah.
The cards that are going to be popular and therefore going to be more expensive. The popularity of those cards will eventually wane, and you will lose money on investment. That's just kind of how it works. Unless there is some wider market, like in Magic the Gathering, that has like multiple formats and different things people are looking for.
Sure, yeah.
You're going to lose money on investment. That's just how it works.
Yeah. I'll for the description of this video, I'm going to post the podcast where we talk about this a lot. If you want to hear more about what we had a long conversation about how this all fits into the larger thing.
Coming from a position where I have been playing card games for years, it's a very interesting discussion for me to have.
Yeah, totally. Cool.
But yeah, this is Artifact. I think this game is.
It will be really interesting to see what it's like in a year.
Yes, and I'm fascinated to see how it develops. I think it has problems, but a lot of games have problems.
Of course.
But I enjoy playing it, so that's all that matters.
Cool.
Thanks, Euan.
Thanks, Cam.